comment,
and subscribe for more content.
Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
What's up, guys? It's DK Wrestler here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the newly announced Funko Soda figures. But before that happens, make sure you press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, let's check it out. So like I said in today's video, we are going to be discussing about the newly announced Funko Soda figures. Now, I think there's a total of about 6 or 7 of them, but for this video also, we are going to be discussing about the Funko Soda figures that were announced kind of day by day within the last week and a half or so, and we're going to incorporate those ones also to the video, starting out with the very first 2 Star Wars Funko Sodas. So with that, that means that we are going to kick off with the Boba Fett Funko Soda, which will be limited to 15,000 pieces. Normal Boba Fett with his green attire, but then you have the white attire as the chase. I think this is a really cool soda, to be honest, because they could have went down the route with making Boba Fett's chase just a metallic variant of the common one, but they went with a different color swap, and they've already done that with the Funko Pop because I think the attire is called Prototype Boba Fett, if I'm not mistaken. So it definitely makes sense that they did that, and I would rather have this because it's not just a specification change. With that would be the Luke Skywalker Funko Soda, which will also be limited to 15,000 pieces. The common version is Luke holding his lightsaber, and the chase version is him with his hand cut off, which I think this is okay. I felt like this soda could have been a little bit better. I mean, it goes along with that best been seen in Empire Strikes Back, but I think there was something that would have been really cool that they ended up doing this, but I'm not going to mention it because this was an idea from my co-host MD Shady, in which if you guys want to hear what he has to say, this upcoming Friday on a brand new edition of our weekly podcast, the Funko Popcast, we are actually bringing back the theme of our all soda edition of a Funko Popcast, where we talk just about Funko sodas instead of pops. So if you guys want to hear about that opinion, definitely hit that subscribe button, of course, and also the notification bell so that you guys are notified for when that podcast releases. Next up is Spider-Man, which is limited to 20,000 pieces, and this will be a previews exclusive. The common version has his arms crossed, but then the chase version is glow in the dark. I think once again this is okay, but I think this could have been a little bit better. This, I believe, was from the Spider-Man Japanese comic series, and I kind of know that because they already made a Funko Pop of that, I'm pretty sure, where I believe there was a common and a glow in the dark chase, so I think that's where that is being based off of. But I felt like they could have just made normal Spider-Man without that kind of wrist thing that he has on there. They could have just done, you know, him in his normal pose and then call it a day. Next up, we have ourselves announced on 3/16 day is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What?
Limited to 15,000 pieces.
What?
GameStop exclusive.
What?
Common has his fist out.
What?
And the chase has the Smoking Skull title.
What?
This is actually pretty decent. I think I'm going to get multiples because I kind of want that chase because obviously he's holding a title, and the common is just him, you know, with his fist out. I mean, they could have done better with the common per se. Obviously, I think a lot of people, including myself, would really want the chase because he's holding a title, but even if he's holding a can of beer in the common one, I think that would have been awesome. Obviously, I don't think they can obviously have Stone Cold holding beer because of it obviously being alcohol, and I don't think Funko wants to promote alcohol, but nonetheless, it's really cool that we finally have a Funko Soda for the WWE lineup, and I can't wait for there to be more, and I feel like the next 2 would probably be The Rock and John Cena, if I were to predict correctly.
What?
And now moving on to the Funko Sodas that were announced essentially today as I'm recording this, but you guys will be watching it the day after, so it's March 18th as I'm recording this, but it's March 19th as this gets released, with the Stormtrooper from Star Wars, which will be limited to 15,000 pieces. The common version is just the normal Stormtrooper, and the chase is metallic. I definitely think this makes sense, and I think it was really the only route they can go. Now, I'm pretty sure I seen a quick comment when I seen this on social media where someone had mentioned that they should have made the chase as the Shadow Trooper, which I think would have been cool, but at the same time, the Shadow Trooper is a different trooper from a Stormtrooper. It would have been a completely different character, even though Funko has kind of done that before with sodas in the past, where they have made a character and then made a completely different character realistically as terms to the common and chase. But I think for this case, they went the safe route by making it metallic because the attire obviously would be made of some sort of like shiny material or even metal per se, so it definitely makes sense for it to be metallic, especially the weapon in his hand should be metallic. Next up is a Funko Soda figure of my favorite Star Wars character of all time, Darth Vader, limited to 20,000 pieces. Common version obviously is just normal Darth Vader with the red lightsaber, but the chase glows in the dark where it's just the saber that glows. I think this is pretty decent. I mean, right now I am only thinking of getting one can, and that's because I don't think I necessarily need a glow-in-the-dark version. I mean, if I get one can and it ends up being the glow-in-the-dark version, then that's pretty cool, but I think they should have went down the route of essentially making the common version the way it already is, but making the chase the holographic Darth Vader, where it's just a simple color change, it's a couple shadings of blue, and you could have also made it glow in the dark at the same time because of how holograms are and how they kind of really glow up essentially. So I think they should have went down that route, and then I feel like more people would be convinced to buy a full case of Darth Vader sodas rather than I feel like a lot of people are just gonna get one can. Next up we got ourselves Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop, which will be a box lunch exclusive, limited to 12,000 pieces. The common version is wearing shades and the chase does not have shades on. This is a little meh. First off, I've never seen Cowboy Bebop. I don't really watch anime all that much. I have seen a couple, but Cowboy Bebop isn't one of them. To me, as a casual person looking at this and not really knowing anything about Cowboy Bebop, I feel the common and chases are a little lazy. Once again, I feel like if I get the one with the shades, then cool. And if I get the one without the shades, then I guess that's okay also. I'm fine with either or. But if you're a huge Cowboy Bebop fan, then you're probably gonna want to get both the common and the chase. Next up we have, I think it's pronounced Ashi from Samurai Jack, limited to 12,500 pieces. The common is wearing a green outfit and the chase is wearing a black outfit. I think out of the Funko sodas that have been announced essentially today, or out of all the ones that we're going to be discussing about, I feel like as terms to a common and chase bundle, this is the best soda. And I'm saying that because not only is it two different outfits and it's two different colors for those outfits, but it's also two different moldings where the common has the arms to the side and the chase has essentially like both of her arms holding a weapon there, and I think that's really cool. I mean, it's the same weapon, but it's holding one part with one arm and then holding another part with the other, and I think it's really, really decent, and I feel like a lot of people are going to want to get this, especially if you already have the Samurai Jack soda that already released, I believe, or soon to be released. And the one thing I do like about this, I don't know if it's because of the way that the glam shot I'm looking at is making this photo to be, or making the soda looking to be, is the shading of the hairs, where essentially the common looks more dark while it's more like grayish and like brighter for the chase, which I think regardless that would make sense because of the fact that you already have like black on black in terms of the chase, and you can make the hair kind of stand out more than the attire itself. Next up we have ourselves the Sock Monkey, which will be limited to 8,500 pieces. The common version is blue and the chase is orange. Now, when thinking of future Funko soda figures, I don't think anyone would have ever thought off the top of their minds that there would be a Sock Monkey soda, which I'm not crapping on it. I think it's a pretty decent idea, but I do see this being like the Rat Fink soda that we have gotten, where essentially we have these versions right now, but I think they're gonna go different color molds, or not color molds, but different color swaps in the future by making another one, but with a different common and chase color swap. Next up we have ourselves Shorty from Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which we limited to 10,000 pieces. Common is normal Shorty and the chase is Black Light. This definitely makes sense because they did the other Killer Clowns from Outer Space soda as a Black Light chase, so it definitely makes sense they did the same way for this, and I'm pretty sure there's one more clown they still have to do, or maybe they already did the other clown, but if they haven't, then when they do decide to make that last clown, then they'd probably go the same way where it's the common and then the chase is Black Light. And the last soda we're going to talk about today is George Jetson from the Jetsons, which will be limited to 10,000 pieces. The common is normal George Jetson, but all they did with the chase is essentially add that kind of space helmet on top of his head. This is okay. I feel like obviously there is a bit of significance. I don't really know much about the Jetsons. This would be more of my co-host Empty Shady's kind of alley, where he would be able to discuss more about this soda rather than me. But I feel like once again, it's the same route with a lot of these sodas I've been talking about today. If I get the chase, cool. If I get the common, still cool, wouldn't need to go get the chase. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's video about the newly announced Funko Soda figures, make sure you smash that like button. Comment in the comment section below and let me know what Funko Sodas you plan on getting as terms to these announcements from today's video. And like I said earlier, press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching today's video and hope to see you guys next time. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here. Follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at A Funko Popcast. If you want to check out some of our other content that's featured on our channel, you can click either the playlist that's on your screen right now featuring previous episodes of our weekly podcast, A Funko Popcast, or we have suggested a video for you guys in relation to today's video.